The observation I would make is that it is probably more prevalent in some of the developing countries than in the developed countries. That's not to say that there isn't corruption and bribery, say, in the United States. But here, it's considered a serious crime, and when it becomes a scandal, it is taken seriously by most of the people. Whereas I think in Africa and in many countries, even in Eastern Europe, it's kind of the normal way of doing business. You want to get something done, you need a passport, you need to get a job, you just give an influential politician some money and it's considered normal. It's expected for you to do that. Whereas here, corruption or bribery is a very serious crime, and you will not be able to stay in office if you do that.
So on the VIP number plates, the distinction that we are trying to make here is that corruption may be prevalent in all the developing and not developing nations, or however we want to phrase it. But here all the VIP plates were approved by the Office of the
Yeah, but
Chief
first
Minister.
look at the case. In Delhi, you don't have a place to park even on one single car. And here we are talking about 17 cars. So he must have a palace, a big palace, bigger than Maharaja Ranjit Singh or anybody else's. So it's unbelievable that this thing has happened there. It's possible, yes, the guy must have taken bribe. We had a Telgi case, stamp case, very well known. These are the upfront cases. So he's a front for the big bribes that the big ministers do it. And the ministers are no bigger. They became big just recently because they got appointed. Otherwise, they were all janitors or low level. There's no different anything else.
But the thing is, you have to come up with a permanent solution for this. When you talk about the contemporary globalization process and speaking in the globalization scenario, you have to evolve an international system to see the checks and balances of corruption, especially, for instance, when it comes to giving loans to the third world countries, to the poor countries. The World Bank has come up with a system that they have a check and a balance system. They monitor the human rights system, the internal system, the system of the financial and economic chains there in that country, and they have certain preconditions. Same is the case with the U.S. aid and U.S. institutions who give loans and credits to third world countries. They set preconditions for such things. We can do similar things to check in the third world countries corruption, for instance, and to check other sorts of poverty-stricken issues with those countries. We can evolve a new set of rules on an international level to check bribery and nepotism and this kind of stuff there.
But why do you think corruption is so bad? How in hell my poor father is going to raise me? He gets only $4 a day. He doesn't get much money. Unless until you raise his standard of living, give him more salary, there's no way out for him to earn money other than by backhand. So we all talk about corruption. Let's just do away with the corruption. But tell me, what is going to do with my